To my problem solving video. What you are looking at, let me step back, is a 44-inch stave made ironwood gull wings plains bow. Being 44 inches and being made of ironwood, this is a very representative gull wing horse bow from the northern plains. It is going to be heavy. It's going to be a heavy bow. I have no idea what it's going to be like, draw weight wise, until it's completely finished, has its sinew on, test it, blah blah blah. I imagine it could be 60-65 pounds at 22 inches of draw. Pretty heavy. Could be more. I doubt that it's going to be any less. The first thing I want you to look at is that back is flat. I'm going to be rounding it, giving it a crown with the sinew. And so that's going to maximize the amount of benefit I get from the sinew backing. Why, if this was made from a small sapling, how was I able to get that perfectly rectangular cross section, which with the sinew back bow, that is the perfect cross section. I decrowned it, which means basically I scraped it flat. I scraped it flat to make most use of the wood. That's called decrowning. And when you decrown, you want to have what you can't see with ironwood. Look at it, it's just, you can barely see it. See the growth rings in there? They're parallel from tip to tip, and so I'm not violating any fibers. This is a good technique for making a very good bow out of an extremely small stave. Why, you may ask, am I heating it like this? Why am I torching it over a heating element? You could certainly do this with coal. After I steamed the deflex into the limbs, because even though I wrapped that handle with a washcloth and then covered it with plastic, steam got in there and relaxed it, and I lost some of my setback. So I'm going to torture that bow by just baking it, and hopefully I'll get my setback. Patience is a virtue, so I'm not going to release it from this form until I am ready to sinew back it. Okay, so that's problem solving number one. Heat. Dry heat in this case. Steaming, boiling, different ways of heating. I'm experimenting in this. Ironwood does not like to be shaped, and so you have to really work at it to keep bends in. The handle is constricted, which is, very accurate. Some of them weren't, some of them were, the actual ones. Tips constricted, which figured this was just split from a sapling. Then you take your knife or your sharp rock flake and just thin the tips, lighten them a little bit. You don't need to have bulk there because there's a lot of leverage, and so the tips aren't going to suffer from being narrowed. So this is just a basic form, organically formed from a small stave. Now, the reason I constricted this, I didn't need to because it's not that wide, was because I wound up getting a split starting on a corner, and I was lucky that when I almost said heck with it, this bow is not going to be able to be set back. But when I narrowed the handle and then rounded it, because I leave extra thickness, it's so subtle, but the handle is thicker than the limbs, I was able to keep as much meat on there as I needed to keep that handle section from bending greatly and still eliminate that chip. And so problem solving. This definitely was not a perfect stave through the process because of that split I had that could have gone deeper if I didn't handle it correctly. But I'm not willing to toss out a stave that I started working on like 3 years ago that's been seasoning all that time out of a wood like ironwood, that when this is sinew backed, it's going to be a really BA bow. And again, I'm not going to say that out because I've got a younger audience. This is going to be an amazing bow. And what I'm going to do is, I'm known for my board bows. I'm known for my stave made bows, but I want to get more into the finer aspects of it. And so what I'm planning on doing is not only selling just the bows, but on something like this, I'm going to start making the northern plains, and probably southern plains too, style quiver, combination bow case with the pouches for the awls and the fire starting, other survival methods. One nice neat package, and offering my bows, sinew-backed horse bows with the bow case quiver, along with a set of arrows. Now, every tribe used stone points. Going back in Europe, wherever you are, stone points. But after, a certain period of time, they started going to metal trade points, or steel trade points, and the nice thing about those is you can use them for everyday shooting. They're strong enough that you can target shoot with the trade points, just get a target that's, compatible with broadheads, and so you'll have a full working set. Probably offer a sinew bowstring along with the B50. I'll use white B50 so it almost looks like a sinew string. A complete set for your museum collection or to hang on your wall, and also use for target shooting and hunting. Just put a sharp, keen edge on those trade points. They're good hunting arrows. If they can kill buffalo, they can knock a deer down. Okay, well, I hope you got something out of this. The primary thing is be able to problem solve. If you have a stave that is not perfect, there is no real perfect stave. They are out there, but usually there's issues that need to be solved. You can get a good bow out of it. I'm going to continue baking this thing. And again, I thank you for your support and the subscribers and all the kind messages I get. Have a great day, everyone.